this is my favorite place right now. It's a Asian temple. It's out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. And it's peaceful. Minus the tractor. So, my doctor told me that YouTube would be a good way for me to communicate with people. I'm fairly extroverted. I love my job because I talk to people all the time, but I don't have a job right now because of COVID. So this is my way of reaching out, I guess. I don't know what to talk about. Really, I could talk about drug addiction. I could talk about trans issues. I could do it all. But, I've been driving the back roads, staying away from people, just, being in the country. Empty roads with fields and all that kind of stuff. It helps. It's a way to clear my mind. And I hope this doesn't last for too much longer. I would like to get back to work and get back to communicating with people in a real sense. But until then, I guess this is what I got. So I've been driving. It's been about 20 minutes. And I've just been thinking about what I want to do, how I want to do this. And I think I want to tell my story. I don't know, maybe it'll help somebody. Start with the trans stuff, then we'll go to the addiction stuff. And make this a video every couple days or so and just add a little bit more to the story. So let's start with the trans stuff, because I am transgendered. I know I've got a bit of a beard right now, but you know what? Electrolysis is expensive, and I'm broke, so eat it. I knew from a very young age something wasn't right. And I questioned from a very young age why things were segregated the way they were. I started wearing my mom's clothes when I was like 5. I caught hell for it. She caught me on a number of occasions, and I think she was more worried what people would think of me. That was a common thing when I was a kid, worrying about what other people think. And I never understood it. Because I really don't care what other people think. And I never have. But my parents were very, very keeping up with the Joneses. So when I got into my teen years, I broke with tradition and I started wearing girls' clothes. I knew what a crossdresser was. I didn't know what trans was when I was that age. I live in a small town and I didn't have internet, so I didn't know that there was people like me. but I knew what a cross-dresser was. And I said to myself, I'm a cross-dresser. So I told my friends, and they were cool with it. And a couple of my friends and I would get together, and I would wear my girly clothes, and we would just have a good time. It was a lot of fun. It continued into my 20s. It was every once in a while, not every day. And I met my wife, and she was cool with it at first, but as the relationship went on, she wasn't happy with it. And that's about the time I went to college. And I went to college in a big city, and I started realizing there's a lot of different kinds of people out there. And that's when I started finding out about trans people. This is about 10 years ago now, a little over 10 years ago. And I realized that it wasn't just the clothes that made me happy. Being in that role, it felt right. So I split with my wife for various reasons. This was only one of them. And I talked to my counselor at school, and I said, I'm transgender. And that opened up so many doors for me. She helped me find information. I was reading, I was watching videos, finding people on YouTube like me. And I dove in head first. And within a year, I was living full-time. Within 2 years, I was on hormones, thinking about surgery. And my frustration never left with the way I felt I was supposed to be versus the way that I was. When I was a kid, I never understood what was wrong with me. As far as I was concerned, there was nothing wrong with me. I didn't understand social convention and the way things are supposed to be. I just wanted to be me. It stressed my mom out a lot, because she wanted me to be the normal social butterfly child. But I got quieter as time went on, because I started to feel like there was nobody else like me in the world. Like I said, I didn't have internet, so I didn't know that there was people like me. I never felt ashamed. I know a lot of trans people from videos I've watched, things I've read. They knew there was something wrong and they didn't know what it was, and they knew that they should be ashamed about it. Well, I was never ashamed. I kept it to myself because I knew nobody else would understand it. But I just still did my thing. And when I was a teenager, I took it a little bit further, and I started going out. Late at night, I would take myself for a walk around the block, wearing a little skirt and a cute shirt and stuff like that. Sometimes my friends would come with me, sometimes not. All depended on the day. When I got into my 20s, I was still doing that, and my ex-wife didn't understand it, didn't want to understand it, and there was a turning point in my early 20s. We were driving down this road heading home, and we were listening to the radio, and this thing came on about this transgendered woman. I can't remember it exactly, but my wife looked at me right in the face and said, "If you ever do that, we're done." And that, I think, kind of killed our relationship right there, just to know that she wouldn't support me. It wasn't too long after that we split up, and I came out. And when I came out, I did what I thought was right, and I dressed the part. I was the perfect little Barbie girl. I had blonde hair, I wore short skirts, I had the voice down. I worked so hard on my voice to get my voice to where it was, and I did it. I blended in. I was passable for a little while. And then I had my breakdown. I spent a few weeks in the hospital because I was stressed out and I couldn't figure out why. And then I figured it out near the end of my time there. I was living somebody else's dream. I was doing what society wanted me to do, and I wasn't being true to myself. So I stopped trying so hard on my voice and just let my voice be what it is. I started wearing jeans and t-shirts because that's what I was comfortable in, was jeans and t-shirts. I didn't do my makeup as often because when I first came out, it was a full face of makeup every day. It took me half an hour every day, and I would not leave the house without makeup. But then I had to realize that wasn't who I was. I'm not the perfect little Barbie girl. I just want to be me. And that means that I no longer pass. Doesn't matter what I wear, I get called a guy. I'm just a guy in a dress now. And I guess that's how it's going to be until things change. But, it hurts sometimes, but mostly I'm okay with it. I really don't care. I wear what I want to wear when I want to wear it, and I just kind of live my life. In this video, I'm just trying to get things straight in my head, and I figured maybe an audience might enjoy what I'm trying to say, so I'm just talking. The farther I get into my transition, the more I want there not to have to be a reason for me to transition. Like, I identify as a trans woman, and I have for 10 years. That's never going to change. But if people get my pronouns wrong, I don't care. If people want to treat me how they treat me, I don't care. Because I know who I am. And I'm happy with who I am. I get to be the real me. I get to do all the things that I want to do, and I get to do them the way I want to do them.